Have you ever noticed how some conversations bring you closer to a woman almost instantly, while others leave the connection exactly where it started? You can talk for hours about work, hobbies, daily life, and nothing really changes. The interaction stays polite, friendly, predictable, but every now and then, a single question shifts the atmosphere. Her tone softens, her attention sharpens. The conversation suddenly feels more personal, more alive. What's interesting is that attraction rarely grows from impressing someone with facts about yourself. More often, it grows in the spaces where someone feels understood, seen, and emotionally engaged. And those moments are usually created not by what you say about yourself, but by the questions you ask. Most men assume deeper attraction requires perfect timing, clever lines, or dramatic chemistry. But in reality, the right question at the right moment can open a door most people never think to knock on. In this video, we're going to explore a few carefully chosen questions that tend to shift conversations from surface-level interaction into genuine emotional connection. 1. A direct path to personal identity. What's something most people completely misunderstand about you? Why is this question so powerful? Humans have a hidden, deep-seated desire to be rightly understood. In modern society, we are often labeled based on appearance, profession, or shallow first impressions. When you ask this, you are granting her a privilege to correct those prejudices and show her true self behind the social mask. When answering this, she will feel that you are a profound man who doesn't just look at the surface, but truly cares about the lower layers of her personhood. After she answers, starting a debate or trying to explain why people misunderstand her. The correct Femina Mind action is to remain silent, listen, and ask more about the experiences or emotions behind that misunderstanding. Let her feel like she is the center of understanding. 2. The doorway to the world of memory. What's a moment in your life that completely changed you? This isn't a question about an event, it's a question about transformation. It opens up stories with depth and emotional weight. When someone speaks about a turning point in their life, they often unconsciously re-experience the emotions of that time, whether it be pride, sadness, or awakening. Sharing these pivotal moments creates a level of intimacy very quickly. You are being invited to watch the most important film of their life. Trying to give advice or philosophize her story immediately. Instead, give her the space and time to tell it. Your silent presence at this moment is worth more than 1,000 words of comfort. It shows you are a man with enough character to contain the powerful emotions of others. If you enjoy the way we peel back the psychological layers of communication, don't forget to hit like. Your support is the motivation for us to continue sharing the secrets of sincere connection. We will continue with questions that touch the imagination and core values, where you don't just learn about her, but position yourself as a potential companion. Once the conversation has bypassed the outer protective layers, it is time to lead her into a space of freedom and core values. In this section, we will analyze 2 questions that trigger the most potent imagination and self-reflection. 3. A journey into the world of dreams. What kind of life would make you truly happy? Why does this question have the power to shift the entire atmosphere? Instead of asking about reality, which is often filled with pressure and fatigue, you are inviting her to step into an ideal future scenario. In psychology, when humans speak about what makes them happy, the brain activates the imagination centers and releases dopamine. She isn't just answering a question, she is living in that feeling of happiness while speaking to you, turning this into a dry interview about financial plans or career goals. From the Femina Mind perspective, the correct action is to listen for the values hidden behind the answer. If she speaks of peace, don't ask about money. If she speaks of freedom, don't talk about stability. Share a piece of your own vision to create a crossover of ideals. This is how you position yourself not just as a date, but as a kindred spirit. 4. A subtle provocation of attraction. Instincts. What do you find most attractive in a person? This is a high-reward question because it steers the conversation toward a flirting state in an incredibly natural way. You aren't directly asking, "Do you like me?" Instead, you are asking about her standards. This allows her to share the values and qualities she treasures in a man. While answering this, she will unconsciously observe the person sitting across from her to see if they possess those traits, immediately trying to perform or prove that you have every trait she just listed. The Femina Mind move is to maintain composure and self-confidence. Sometimes a knowing smile or a playful remark like, "Well, it sounds like I might be a challenge for you then," creates a stronger attraction than any verbal confirmation. This question helps you understand her rules of the game while signaling that you are not afraid of being judged. If you find these analyses of dopamine activation intriguing and want to master the art of emotional leadership, hit subscribe. We don't learn how to become someone else. We learn how to become the most attractive version of ourselves through understanding. We are approaching the final question, the golden question capable of awakening life energy and creating an indelible bond between you and her. 5. A deep touch on passion and identity. What makes you feel most alive? Why is this the most special question of all? Because it doesn't ask about what she does, it asks about who she is. When a person speaks about what makes them feel alive, whether it's standing on a stage, climbing a mountain, or simply nurturing a seedling, they emit a completely different kind of energy. While answering this question, you will notice her become enthusiastic. Her eyes light up and her voice gains a rhythmic, vibrant quality. Reveal her true self. All social defenses vanish to make room for pure passion. At this moment, your role is not to speak, but to observe and absorb that energy, trying to steal the spotlight by immediately talking about your own passions. Let her shine. When you make a woman feel alive, simply by listening to her speak about her passion, you create an incredibly strong emotional bond. She will unconsciously remember, "When I'm with him, I feel like I can truly be myself." What makes a conversation captivating isn't having perfect scripts or well-rehearsed jokes. True attraction comes from the ability to make the person across from you feel seen and heard. According to the Femina Mind philosophy, peak communication isn't about trying to impress someone so they like you. It is the ability to create a safe and exciting space where two people can connect at a soulful level. When you ask the right questions, you aren't just gathering information, you are giving the other person a gift, your full, undivided attention. A sustainable relationship or an intense attraction is not built on superficial flirting. It is built on a sincere curiosity about each other's inner worlds. Be the man with enough character to remain silent when necessary, and enough refinement to ask questions that open a whole new horizon in a woman's heart. And in the end, the point worth reflecting on is not whether those 5 questions actually deepen attraction instantly. Humans are not switches that can be flipped just by saying the right words at the right time. What matters more is this. When you ask those questions, are you truly present in the conversation, or are you just fishing for a reaction to make yourself feel more secure? Many believe that if they just say the right thing or ask the right question, attraction will naturally increase. But attraction is rarely created by technique. It usually stems from the feeling of being heard, being seen, and being next to someone who isn't trying to manipulate the conversation. Sometimes, it is sincere curiosity itself that makes a talk profound, not because you are trying to create attraction, but because you truly want to understand the person across from you. Femina Mind does not exist to turn communication into a set of psychological tactics, nor is it meant to teach you how to make someone like you faster. Femina Mind is an observational mindset, helping you recognize when a conversation is becoming more real, not just more interesting. It is a way to stay calm in moments of connection, and it is the self-respect compass reminding you that sustainable attraction doesn't come from saying the perfect thing, but from never losing your sincerity. Perhaps the question worth pausing on for a few seconds is not, "What should I ask to make her like me more?" Instead, it is, "When I ask, am I truly ready to listen to the answer?" If you wish, you can share your experience in the comments, not to boast about great conversations, but simply to speak on what you have learned. And if Femina Mind helps you maintain that clarity and sincerity, stay and follow the channel. Not to learn how to ask the perfect questions, but to understand how a true connection is formed.